Hey friends! For those of us who grew up watching MLP in its earlier days, the ways in which we actually watched the show were very different. Nowadays, if you want to watch MLP, you go to youtube.com and it's all right there. Or you could use Netflix and Hulu for a more expensive and objectively worse viewing experience. But back in 2013, okay, well, in 2013 it was also on YouTube too, but that's besides the point. Technically back then it was like piracy, but like, who cares? The only official way to watch the show was directly on the Hub network, later named Discovery Family. But if you know anything about cable television, you'll know that it doesn't really leave you with much room to choose what you want to watch. Plus, it's flooded with commercials, and honestly, who has the time? No, if I'm a child in 2013 and I want to watch My Little Pony on my own terms, while also supporting the official release, I'm gonna head down to Blockbuster and purchase a DVD with all the episodes I want. These were actually really nice back in the day. I never had anything more than Season 1 and The Friendship Express as a kid, but it was nice to be able to choose the episodes I wanted to watch from the small list I had. But to be fair, why would you want to buy this? It's the same stuff you can already watch on TV, and yeah, you have the autonomy to watch over a barrel over and over again, but some cable boxes allowed you to record episodes, so I've just been doing that anyway. Man, this episode is racist. In order to convince people to buy these things, companies would add special features, things like sing-alongs, behind-the-scenes stuff, blooper reels, etc. Another popular special feature would be director's commentaries, where the director, actors, and other staff members who worked on the project would watch the movie and add their own commentary, discussing how they did certain things and the process behind it all. Personally, I'm a huge fan of these kinds of things, so when I realized they did it for My Little Pony, I was instantly interested. In total, there's staff commentaries for 6 Season 1 episodes, Rainbow Rocks, Friendship Games, and Legends of Everfree. This video is only going to be about the Season 1 episodes, so if you want to see me discuss the movie commentaries, let me know by liking the video, and commenting, and subscribing. I know it's not a lot, but there's a lot of really interesting things to discuss here, so let's jump right into it.
Hi everybody, this is Brian Leonard, Executive Director at Hasbro Studios. Thanks for joining us for the DVD commentary.
This is Robert Fuchs. I work at Hasbro Studios.
This is Jason Thiessen. I'm the supervising director of My Little Pony.
I'm Nicole Oliver. I play Princess Celestia and Shirley, and I'm still here.
I'm Kathy Westlock, and I play the voice of Spike and the Mayor, and I've had a great time.
I'm Andrea Libman, and I play Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy.
Hey, I'm Tabitha St. Germain, and I play Rarity, and I play Princess Luna.
Shh! I'm telling everybody about how it all started.
I think it was Pamela Prostar who painted these pictures.
1 minute in, and we already have something very interesting to discuss. Jason says that an artist by the name Pamela Prostar painted the pictures in the opening, but she goes uncredited in the credits of this episode, and there's no mention of her ever having worked on My Little Pony at all online. At least from my research, which as we know is not so great, so let me know if I'm wrong. I did find a fandom.com page, but any Terraria player will tell you that that site is known for having incorrect information. Also, it's the credits for something that doesn't exist, and is probably meant to be a page for the Barbie movie. Also, the image next to this page is Infernape for some reason. Now, she has worked with Studio B and has had a lot of involvement with similar projects, specifically the amount of Barbie movies she's worked on. So I fully believe that she's the one who painted these images. But it's crazy to me that the person responsible for the most iconic images in the entire show went completely uncredited. I never even thought to care about who painted these images. I guess I just assumed it was Lauren. It turns out there's a lot of people who worked on the show who went uncredited. It's also entirely possible he said the wrong name because this was recorded in but the show started production in 2008 and 2009. He seems confident though, so it was probably Pamela.
Hey, there's my name. Had to point that out.
Wait, where's Spike? I don't see. Oh, there he is!
Check out inside that
glass.
inside that hourglass.
Yeah.
That was a little add-in that we put in there at the end. We wanted a little something ominous to set up Nightmare Moon.
Foreshadowing.
I love that the creators love pointing out little details like this too. It's like, oh my god, did you know when Spike gets hit by the door, he actually breaks his nose? His scream is real.
I remember this sequence too, inside Twilight's dorm. The original backgrounds were a lot more detailed.
So this is Twilight's dorm room. That's a lot bigger than the dorm rooms I've been in. I guess those are just the perks of being the princess's star pupil. Which means, by the way, there's a very good chance Sunset Shimmer used to live here, and considering how big it is and how many books there are, they likely read the same exact books. I'm also really bummed we'll never see the super detailed dorm room they had originally made, because I'd love to see how chaotic yet organized Twilight's dorm room could have been.
The first color Pinkie Pie I saw, she had wings.
What?
Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah, in the
remember.
original design.
He's referencing an old concept for Pinkie back when she was a white and yellow Pegasus and her name was Surprise. I'd say this is pretty common knowledge at this point, but it's still interesting.
Who needs wings when you can defy the fourth wall? I mean, really, you don't need it.
That's right.
Oh my god, it's canon.
And then my favorite moments is when we maybe bobble a little bit, but not. You're never going to see that up there.
I just want
You beastly beast! Don't you know how much this means to Twilight this day, you beastly beastie beast? Fuckwads. Shit!
Cool, that would actually
like
work
an
with the
excellent
175
Friday
piece.
night.
There's Granny. Hello, myself. How are ya?
There was actually a lot more ponies in that back when they were introducing the Apple family. A lot of them we couldn't trademark, apparently, so we had to cut some down.
Does that mean they were able to trademark Granny Smith? And Red Delicious? Those are just apples. If I buy this, will Hasbro get a portion of the proceeds? Do you think that's what happened to Applejack's parents? They just couldn't trademark them, so they killed them off to make it easier on the legal team.
We had to cut some down.
Yeah, Apple's a very popular name, apparently.
Okay, I think I just realized something. This was not in the script at all. He very much heavily implies that they had an issue with the name Apple, like specifically the word Apple, due to obviously the company Apple. Well, if you didn't know, Big Macintosh's name was originally Big Apple, and they changed it to Big Macintosh. I'm thinking, what he is implying here is that they tried to name him Big Apple. The company Apple was like, no, you can't do that. That's trademarked. And so they were like, oh, okay, fuck you. We'll name our character Big Macintosh, like your stupid ass computers. How's that, huh? Can we do that? And the answer was yes.
Oh, yes, it is a special pony.
Rarity! Please notice me!
Hello, squishy bug.
I've always hated Spike's weird attraction to Rarity, but Tabitha calling him a squishy bug almost makes up for it.
Yeah, because first episodes, you usually see them and you're like, ooh, wow, I wish that could be better, but really, Pony, for out of the gate, just blew everyone away. It was just so polished.
Yeah.
I think this is not often discussed, at least not anymore. The first 2 episodes of this show are really good. Like, it's no wonder the entire show caught on with older audiences. The first episode is so polished and so charming and so cute, so well made, and it ends on a cliffhanger that has you thinking, well, I gotta see how it ends.
I wish my hair looked like that. I mean, it does. It does look like that.
And I want to live in a tree.
Okay, so Kathy Westlock wants to live in a tree, and Fluttershy wants to be a tree. Got it.
A lot of background ponies
Yeah,
back there have become very popular.
that's right.
They each have a name, apparently.
They're obviously talking about Derpy here, and other characters the fandom has adopted. In case you don't know, the staff are very aware of the fandom at this point. This was recorded in, I don't know, but I think they knew Derpy was going to speak in season 2 at this point.
To have like all these rainbow colored ponies and then like a brightly colored background.
Right.
Like, how do you balance out all those colors?
I mean, in the olden days, too, you know, you would be thinking of bleeding and contrasts and things like that, but with the new
Hot
digital technology, anything's possible.
I know Kathy Westlock talking about digital animation here makes her sound old, but keep in mind that we are further away from 2010 than 2010 is from 1996, when the Flash animation program was released. So, some of the people watching this video are younger than the show, watching and liking this video.
I slept for 1,000 years, and I
you
still
still
feel
look tired.
By the way, if you want to watch these yourself before I spoil all the good parts, I have a playlist on my channel and in the description with all of them in order. I highly recommend watching them, especially if animation is even a slight interest to you, because they spend a lot of time talking about the animation and design of this show. At the very least, just listen to it like you would a podcast. It's fascinating. Shoutouts to EatFan1922 for uploading all of them. Okay, part 2.
I storyboarded the opening title sequence.
Did you get out of town?
Yeah.
So Jason Thiessen storyboarded the opening sequence. Apparently, it went unchanged for 7 seasons. Well, I mean, there were minor changes, but the main movement stayed the same. Very cool. Good job, Jason Thiessen.
I lie awake at night worrying about if we've accidentally slipped up and not said some pony or every
really?
pony.
Oh, they'll tell
Yeah.
you. For continuity, you'll hear about it.
I'm sure someone out there has counted how many times they've slipped up and not said every pony. It happens a lot more than you think. Sometimes they say every creature. Can you believe that? Like, how do you make that mistake? What the hell?
Not all their hair is symmetrical. I mean, they're usually combed it to one side. So when they turn their heads, they don't always behave exactly how a head turn would work, but it's a cartoon.
Wait, what?
It is?
What?
Yeah, there was 1 or 2 images in the development pack of the Everfree Forest. That was developed early on. I think Dave done it.
So I looked through the show Bibles and I don't see these images, which means there's a development pack for this show somewhere and we don't have it. However, we do have the one image he's talking about, I think. I found this on a Twitter account called Animation Obsessive. I have no idea where they got this image though. 2 posts from them is all there is as far as my 20-minute Google searches are concerned. Tabby MLP made a post about a few of these on his Crazy MLP Moments account, but that's pretty much all the discussion there is over these absolutely gorgeous and important images. There's 3 sketches that are still on Comics Alliance from an old 2011 post, but most of these have no other source, so I asked Tabby where he found the images he uploaded. He said, "I believe I found them re-uploaded on Derby. They were originally from some leaks in 2015 and 2016. I cannot navigate Derby, so there's probably some still up there, but I just can't find them. But yeah, if you were ever wondering why this show is so good, it's because of all these incredibly talented and veteran artists behind every aspect of this show.
This is Lee Tokar
Yeah.
as what fans have dubbed Stephen Magnet.
Well, that name caught on quick. I know they made it his official name in a book before episode 100, but it's still cool to hear out loud back in 20... I don't know when this was recorded! Here's something funny. So, I opened this book because this is the book where they named Stephen Magnet, and I'm going through it, and I haven't looked at this book in years. Oh. I also realized I never explained, and I probably should. Stephen Magnet got his name from automated YouTube subtitles that would randomly display the words Stephen Magnet while he was on screen, and it just caught on with fans, so that's how he got his name.
Twilight's teleportation spell.
Yeah, she gets better at it. If you watch the series, you can see, she has a little trouble with it in those first episodes, and then just becomes second nature to her. It just shows how she's growing as a character.
Yeah, I remember talking to Lauren early on, and she didn't want Twilight to be an expert at magic, and at the very beginning, really wanted her to be able to learn and grow, and I love that, because you don't want to have an unlimited source of magic and power. It wouldn't be good for storytelling. So it's good that she's limited.
They're right, she does get better at magic as the series goes on, but we don't really see her struggle a whole lot after this, unfortunately. And she's practically teleporting like Discord in Applebuck season.
On my own.
She is visibly exhausted after teleporting herself, Rarity, Rainbow Dash, and Spike in season 2, but not much else comes to mind at the moment.
And I think that's what later down the road creates the interest on such a broad demographic, is the adventure, the mythology, the intelligence of the scripts, the morals and values. It's just really all there.
Accessories.
Yay.
We don't have to be all cookie cutter the same. You can be silly, or you can be shy, and that's okay.
Or purple. Or
you can be purple.
Ah yes, the 3 genders.
That ending with the heartwarming return and of Celestia and all that, it really worked out well. Like, just the feeling of it and all that you really feel that. You feel that genuine emotion, and I could feel it when we were watching this in the mix at the end with the music and all the animation and everything. It's, I could tell, like, this is gonna be something we're getting a little choked up watching it, and that's
Aw,
like,
cool.
okay, that's good. That's a good sign.
Is this the only episode with snow in Ponyville?
No, we've had a few.
Have we?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's Winter Wrap-Up, Hearth Swarming Eve, Dragon Quest had snow for a second, The Crystal Empire Part 1 and 2, Magic Duel, there's snow in that episode, and Magical Mystery Cure. And I think that's all the snow in the first 3 seasons.
Can I ask Jason who designed the mayor and who designed Spike? These are things we
What?
don't know.
Why just them?
Well, no, I mean
Nobody
everybody,
else.
but you can ask. You can ask yourself.
Me. I'm very proud to say that my wife storyboarded the song,
See, sometimes nepotism
So
does pay
heartfelt.
off.
Yeah.
and Andrea sings Fluttershy.
Yes. And Ashley Ball sings Rainbow Dash and Applejack.
And I sing in the shower.
Okay, her saying that is actually very funny because Tabitha did actually do an audition for the singing voice of Rarity, and I'm not going to share it because I don't think she would want me to. But listen, Tabitha's my favorite voice actress. She's so incredibly talented. But no, it's good that they went with Kazooie.
I really want to play one of the rabbits. Can the rabbit? Can
Well,
one of the
rabbits don't talk in our world.
What do you mean they don't talk?
They don't
make
talk.
Horses can talk.
No, the rule is only the hoofed creatures. Well, I guess
Oh,
Spike
that is
isn't
so
hoofed,
footist.
but-
What about my
Can I want to ask about Twilight's design because that's quite unique with the stripe and, was that changed over and over again, or did Lauren have a sense of what she wanted for that
No,
design?
Lauren designed all the ponies from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Twilight was a little bit of a process. She had a different color scheme before,
She had a light blue stripe in her hair.
Oh,
and she had a different cutie mark.
It was a little moon.
It's a wonderful idea to be able to wrap up winter in a day. We could really use that in Canada.
That would be nice.
So, Andrea, what was your inspiration for the voice of Pinky? When you first read the description of the character, what kind of came to mind?
Well, I was thinking, this is great because I can talk really fast. Oh, just so much fun because we just pushed her really to the limit of loud and fast. Yeah, we try and I record it as fast as I can, and then we see if anyone can understand it or not.
Yeah.
And if not, then we'll slow it
We'll
down.
listen back and
Yeah.
say, can I hear does everything make sense?
Can hedgehogs speak?
No, they can't speak.
Why can't they speak?
But did we record
wanna.
sounds for them?
We
Did
I
we?
think we
Oh,
did.
like chittering?
We
Yeah,
went around
chittering
the room.
sounds.
Yeah.
We did
I think
these
we did.
Yeah,
chittering
we
sounds,
do
that's right.
we do that sometimes.
And obviously they weren't used.
We don't listen to skunks; they smell.
Hey,
What?
hey.
That is not cool, dude.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's classic cartoon
Yeah,
beehive on the
there's
head.
some really cartoony, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they moved past this cartoonish slapstick after season 1. This and the anvil and piano they dropped on Twilight just didn't really fit, if you ask me. Obviously, it's subjective, but I always felt MLP took itself more seriously. Which actually reminds me, there's 0 potty humor in the show, and I can't praise it enough for that. Twilight sits on a whoopee cushion one time in 28 Pranks Later, but it's meant to not be funny, and also that episode sucks.
Although that brought with the fashion, it brought some problems, like do they wear saddles? Do they wear horseshoes?
True.
Because those are all
Bridles.
bridles. Those are all elements that humans,
And why would a pony even if in a pony world with no humans to ride them? Why would there be a saddle?
See, they had already realized their mistake.
So we have a couple new people joining us on the commentary. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, this is Woody, director.
Hey, this is Daniel, composer of the songs.
I'm Rid, I'm the art director.
Okay, new people joining 14 minutes into the episode.
How did you rid the snow, the colors and the look of the snow? Did you have anything to do with that?
Yeah, well, we thought the snow should be white.
Something about this series too is it really has some genuine heart to it. You know, not a lot of cartoons have that. You really feel for these characters and how they feel about each other.
It's one thing I really love about working on this show is just how true to character we stay and how genuine and honest we treat them. There's a lot of cartoons out there these days that are, a little more harsh and cynical or sarcastic, but we love how simple and pure these characters are, and this show is.
Yeah, once again, Lauren's vision laid out the perfect blueprint for the rest of these creators to carry the show as far as it went. Which sort of goes back to what I mean about the cartoonish humor not really working for the world. It was designed to be serious, which sounds silly, but I'm serious.
Yeah, Daniel. Yeah, this was your first big picture, big number.
Yeah, and I remember for about a week having about 8 different versions of that chorus, the winter wrap-up chorus, like slight melody variations on it running through my head and going, okay.
Can you give us a sample there, Daniel?
Let's see, it's been a few years now. Let's see. I had like one that was sort of like a winter wrap-up, or something like kind of went down instead of up. And I had different melodies of it, like different versions. You're just sort of thinking, oh, how am I going to take these 3 words and create like a whole chorus from it? And the number of, I think I've went through every possibility I could possibly think of until I finally got one that just got so stuck in my head I couldn't get it out, and that's what we ended up going with.
Oh, I don't have anything to add here. I just need to break up Daniel talking for like the sake of pacing, so we can go back to it.
Well, this was the this is the official bed of the song playing, and if you listen really carefully, you can kind of hear the headphone bleed. You know, you can sort of hear the singers almost in the background.
Oh wow!
You have to listen really carefully, but it's kind of in there. And I've had a few people email me about it and saying, "Why can I hear them singing in there?"
Of course you have.
Yeah, I tried. I can't hear it. Although I'm not known for having good hearing.
Did you guys use that magic to hide the fact that it was going to be too hard to like put over her head?
Yeah, let's shush.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Secrets.
I love the tree. That's a beautiful tree house, yeah.
Sure would be a shame if something were to happen to it.
Yeah, the bees.
I don't know what they said here, but whatever it is, it got cut out. Like you can hear him get cut off with bees and then a strange stretch of just silence. This happens again in the Legend of Everfree commentary, and you can make a much better guess as to why it was cut out that time, but this time I have no idea. Possibly spoilers. Possibly they knew what was going to happen in season 4 and they had to cut it out.
I think Spike was sitting in Granny Smith's rocking chair.
He is. It's the same asset.
Lauren's influence on the dresses was really cool, like when they were transitioning into the dresses and during those scenes later.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Sticking pins and things reminds me of nothing.
So it's really hard to hear, but someone says something here. It only plays in my right ear, and it's really quiet. Here it is with the volume turned up and in both audio channels.
Sticking pins and things reminds me of nothing.
So I'm guessing they tried to cut out whatever she said. I don't know where she was going with that though. I mean, it's gotta be a sex joke of some kind, otherwise why would it get removed? Either way, this is your reminder to leave the staff alone. Please don't send them this clip, ask about it, or any clip for that matter. Just leave them alone, please. That's it.
Rarity's got her glasses on. I think it's the first time we see her wearing those glasses.
Tabitha has glasses just like
Does she? Yeah.
Pretty close.
For real. It's true.
I think I wanted to go for a Edith Prickly look for those. A lot of Americans won't get that reference, but...
That's right, I don't. What are you talking about? Yeah, okay, I see it.
Tabitha, what's the inspiration for Rarity's voice?
Well, when I auditioned for it, I think they had on the sheet that they wanted something that sounded like Audrey Hepburn. She has a really clear diction and really pretty sound to her voice, and it's sort of indefinable. I mean, Audrey Hepburn was Dutch and English.
And a bit upper crusty as well.
She is a bit upper crusty.
All I hear is Tabitha in there, like you can hear it right there with all the little subtleties.
This is my real voice.
Now you've done it.
Oh, sorry, inside voice.
It's not quite an Oscar, but for your wonderful work tonight, the Board of Governors of the Academy have asked me to give you this.
Yeah, the overarching thread is really important for us.
Thread. No pun intended.
There's either or.
Daniel.
Hit it, Daniel!
But I have to admit, I'm really got tired of this song because what happened was I recorded the demo originally with Shannon Chen Kit.
Piece by piece, snip by snip, croup.com, shoulders, hips.
And then we recorded it with the original voice of Rarity, which was Rebecca Shortcake.
Thread by thread, primmed and pressed.
best. Yard by yard, never stressed.
And then at that point, about this point in the series, we realized that we were recording with Tara Strong down in LA. It was really hard for me to get down there and work with her, and we knew it wouldn't really work to have this separation from Vancouver and LA. So last minute, Lauren made the call, like, well, we should find a voice replacement for the songs for her so that Daniel can work with her. So we decided that Rebecca Shorkick was the best Twilight Sparkle double. But we already had her singing Rarity, so we suddenly needed a Rarity double now. And that's when we were like, oh, well, who do we have? And we went back and we just got lucky. Kazumi had auditioned for Rarity. She ended up being the third time we recorded this song, and it's a very hard song to record. So
that's actually very interesting. Tara Strong can actually sing.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
But the reason Rebecca's Twilight's singing voice is because of the difficulty Daniel would have had working with Tara. And I'm sure the ease that working with Rebecca provided, since she did a lot of the demos for songs anyways.
this is a funny song for all of us in the industry, right? Because it's really about how you're trying to keep your clients happy. And
That's right. It's very much
awkward.
Yeah.
Hasbro's always listening.
There's the famous phrase. That's the
Yeah.
first
So
time.
20%
That's
cooler.
the first time? 20% cooler?
That's the only time she ever said it.
Oh, wow.
And that was all it took.
And then 10 Seconds Flat was from the pilot.
Well, it is good.
Yeah, and 10 Seconds Flat was from the pilot.
Yeah.
I'm glad they pointed out too, because I'm always on the edge of my seat when she says that.
It's hard to draw these. I mean, the pony design is so elegant and simple, and simple elements, but it works so well. And I know at the art contest for one of the recent conventions, we tried drawing ponies, and it's really hard.
I spent about 10 whole minutes looking, but I couldn't find any videos on this art contest, nor any drawings by Daniel Ingram. So if you happen to know exactly what he's talking about, let me know down below. There's a good potential that he's referring to Everfree Northwest 2012, because directly after he was done signing autographs, there was an art challenge right after he was done that. And there was plenty of time for him to do the 30-minute art challenge in the hour-long slot that they had for that panel. He might also have done it at Canterlot Gardens 2012, but I wasn't able to find any kind of event schedule, so...
The great Robin.
He looks like
Robin Mitchell
someone,
design
doesn't
there.
he? Yeah? A little bit.
A little
bit like an homage to someone, yeah?
Could be, yeah.
A pony designed after someone, you say? I wouldn't know anything about that.
Oh,
hey, DJ Pony.
DJ Pony.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the one and only time you ever saw her in season 1.
Wow, yeah, that is the only time she appears in season 1. That surprises me, but yeah.
But what color are her irises?
I was just gonna play them saying that, but I guess I should explain. It was a hot debate early on in the fandom what color her eyes were, with many depicting her with red eyes. We didn't see her lift her glasses till season 2 during Love is in Bloom, which confirmed that they were magenta. Although, because of 2012 quality and the darkness, some still saw them as red, and it continued to be an argument for a bit.
What the fuck? What? Oh. How hard was it to create dresses that were clearly awful, but something that
You know what? I actually like these dresses a lot.
I know, especially rare.
It's haute couture.
Yeah.
The cupcake
Rainbow
on the
Dashes
head.
is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
This is a tour de force performance right here.
It's very dramatic. This is Tabitha being dramatic as possible.
What do you mean?
And we don't get a chance to see it, often, so it's so great to see it animated after the fact.
You guys really inspire a lot of good acting in here.
Dude, when you guys push your voices like that and do those weird little things, it really it helps. It adds to the character.
Those are the candy scenes.
Is it a gift or a curse, we ask ourselves?
Here to provide those weird little things.
This music is perfect.
Yeah, this was Will Anderson did this part.
There's an unsung hero, Will Anderson.
That's what I'm saying.
It's funny because Maddie and Michelle Krieber are both phenomenal singers, and Claire does not like to sing. She just said to us very clearly, I don't sing, don't ask me to sing.
That's crazy, because Claire's an excellent singer. I wonder if her not wanting to sing completely screwed over their plans for her character. That would be funny.
So what talent would this be, do you think?
TSP. This is
witchcraft.
Yeah.
I like Shirley because, I love doing Princess Celestia, but she's a little bit more allowed to let her mane down.
a little more and to not
Well,
be
she
so
dates.
perfect.
She dates.
That's right.
She dates. Oh, spoiler alert.
Season 2.
Okay, I have no idea when they recorded this. I thought it was shortly before the DVD released, but I guess it was about a year before, since season 2 came out September 2011, and Hearts and Hooves Day February 2012. So maybe mid 2011-ish? I don't know, they give a lot of contradictory information.
We realized at the end of season 1 that Scootaloo's main piece had a little pink pixel floating in the air just out behind it.
Really?
Yeah.
It was intentional.
Yeah, all intentional.
Okay, I don't have HD rips of this episode, but yeah, you can barely see the pixel in some of these shots on YouTube.
The only one without a sibling is Scootaloo, or at least that we know of.
Mystery.
Yeah. Where are Scootaloo's family?
Maybe she's Princess Celestia's. Never mind.
Don't put things.
Whoa, mind blown.
Yes, the question that remained unanswered for 8 years.
The mythology of the universe is so huge.
They got cut off again.
Was about like.
Oh boy, that brings back memories.
Yeah, I was just taking piano lessons.
Early
There we
piano
go.
lessons.
Will had to actually bang his head on the to record that. This was definitely one of those moments where, even on the demo stage, Sarah Wall kept saying, "You want it worse. It's too good." Even after they sang this badly, like I think quite like months later, I got a call and they're like, "Can you make it? Can you tune it off? Can you do the opposite of tuning it?"
Yeah, I remember
So we had to like take
you
it
do
and
that?
I actually had to take it into a tuning program and intentionally mess with all the algorithms to make it even worse.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Hold on. Let me play you a clip from an older video.
They had to keep re-recording it because it kept sounding too good.
Really? I didn't know that. Is that really true?
It is true.
I asked Coaster for a source on that info, and he wasn't able to give it to me, but I think this is what he was talking about. I can't believe I just stumbled across the answer to that question. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Doing bad is harder than doing.
it's
Doing
true.
bad well is better than doing
It's
harder
the
than
same,
well
it's
bad.
the same with
Well.
I don't think I've seen anybody dressed at a convention or anything in the CMC's costumes.
Oh, I have.
Have you?
That right there, Sweetie Belle's costume, with full body costume, just like that.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, so in an effort to find out where this poster came from, I actually accidentally found exactly who they're talking about. So this guy's name is Travis, and there's a whole story behind this guy and Everfree Northwest 2012, and I'm not even going to try to attempt to tell it. I'm just going to edit some clips together and you'll get the general idea. I call this story The Generosity of Cadriel.
Yours. That's it. We are done.
I was in line with him when he was getting it signed, and he was talking about how he wasn't going to put it on auction because of how much it meant to him.
This Derpy I brought here to Everfree Northwest. All these signatures have happened here.
And so what we had here is we had a product, a exclusive, not just a Comic-Con exclusive, but a Comic-Con exclusive signed by everyone.
However, it's not just Tabitha St. Germain's signature. When she signed it, she derped. She accidentally misspelled her own name.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Derpy derped while signing Derpy.
I'm pretty sure this is a fairly unique item.
660 then.
I decided that I would put my costume up for auction. When it didn't sell, there were supposed to be 2 Derpies in this auction, and they never showed up. I have a Derpy. I got to keep my costume. I still have my costume. I can give up my Derpy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the derped Derpy.
And so I really just took that to heart, and when he put it up for auction, I was really, really surprised, and I knew that he would rather keep it. So I bought it to give it back.
Did you just give it back to him? Oh my God!
I don't have words. I don't have words. It's absolutely amazing. I can't even express how I gotta hide it.
So I couldn't just let him walk away. So I managed to pull a few strings with some connections, and I got, at last minute, printed by the Traveling Pony Museum, a sign by every VA picture of both of them holding the Derpy. And I want to give it to this man, Jason, personally.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that fucking crazy? That's so cool to me. I don't know. So awesome. Shout out Cadriel, the guy who bought it and gave it back. And shout out Travis, the guy who dressed as Sweetie Belle and gave up his Derpy only to receive it back. Please, Travis, if you are watching this, I need to know if you still have the Derpy. I need to see a picture of I need this fucking thing.
That belongs in a museum! That Derpy's worth everything.
And since this convention took place on August 2012, that tells me that this was recorded after August 2012, and I have no idea why they were saying spoilers. I don't know. I am that much more convinced that Daniel Ingram was talking about the art contest at Everfree earlier.
We get it! Move on!
Oh, and there's a weird glitch in that last scene.
Oh yeah, that was famous.
The very famous glitch.
Yes, they mentioned Cyclops Pony.
Jen Regan.
Yes. If you didn't hear him, he said Jen Regan, the layout artist supposedly responsible for Cyclops Pony. I would like to extend a massive thank you to Jen on behalf of everyone.
Andrea, are you more Pinkie Pie or Fluttershy?
Good question.
I can answer that.
What's your answer, Kathy? What's your answer? What's your answer?
What does your Twitter account say? Specializing in treble?
And trouble.
Trouble and treble.
Yeah.
That is unfortunately no longer her bio. She's gone woke.
Funny how all the male ponies are subservient.
Costume of some sort.
A crystal hoof
Yeah.
shoe.
I wanted to introduce you to my friend, a crystal, crystal hoof.
No, this is probably the biggest song of the season. I think from a pure scope perspective, we had everything in the arsenal went into this song.
And a choir.
And choir, 6 soloists.
But how many people were in the choir?
Yeah,
I want to know.
I think about 40 people. It was actually Michelle
Wow.
Krieber's mom,
Wow.
Monique Krieber, and she was here, and we didn't have a budget for a choir, and she was asking me how it's going, and I'm like, oh, I need to figure out a way to make this song really huge. And she's like, well, I have a choir I work with, and they're free. And I'm like, let's do
Mission
it.
accomplished.
And it was an amateur choir, but they just did a phenomenal job. They're just a community choir here in Vancouver.
I found the name of her choir, but I couldn't find any videos that I for sure knew were the same people that helped with the show, unfortunately. Like Daniel said, they're local, small, and probably a collection of a lot of different people at different times, as opposed to a set group of people. Right? I don't know how choirs work. It was fascinating reading up on Monique Krieber's career, though, even if it hurt my eyes.
What's their name?
I don't actually. I feel
we
bad.
should-
I don't know. I don't know what they name
Michelle
is.
Krieber's mom's choir.
We got to record it at Brian Adams' studio, which is only about 2 blocks from here at DHX. Is that bad?
Nice job, Daniel. You just doxed everybody. That studio literally is 200 meters away. And for my American fans, that's almost 2 whole football fields. Wow.
Was Brian there?
He was not there.
In
I
spirit.
could think he would show for My Little Pony. But
I mean,
he-
hello.
I know. Where has he been?
He'll show up now.
He's in London. To going into Pinky territory because she does lose
That's
her
right.
noodle a bit.
Yeah.
Tough to get her to yell without
Yeah.
getting away from
She's
Fluttershy.
not the yelling kind.
Yeah. The soft scream.
That took a lot.
Soaring.
And there's someone playing the bass.
The famous
yeah.
Octavia.
Octavia. That's. We didn't name her.
You guys don't understand. Fans in 2011 named 3 characters so far. They just had that power.
What? The other side. Oh, there he is.
It worked.
There's the guy.
And his hat. What is his hat inspired from, Red? There's a story there, right?
Can I say it? Yeah, it's Lauren Faust's husband, Craig McCracken, one of his characters, had a hat like that, and I love the character, so I said, hey, why not? It's her husband, right?
And he gave the nod. He gave the nod of approval.
I'm sure he did, yeah.
Garden Pony has Wander's hat. Alright, this pony is now named Wander.
It's such a sweet band. Tuba, harp, and
Yeah.
double bass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to, like, Will had to
Yeah.
write this song using those instruments. I said, you're limited to these 3 instruments.
That's right.
It has to
But they
sound
look
legitimate. Yeah.
This song is, of course, based on Hokey Pokey.
Right.
And I remember, I get a lot of, it's funny, a lot of email people asking me, like, oh, how did you come up with that tune? And you're like, you don't, I think actually, though, the Pony Pokey is becoming more popular than the Hokey Pokey in a new generation.
Often these props would make me hungry.
I want to eat the My Little Pony food. You don't understand. It looks so yummy.
I don't know if I can say this, but the original temp score we had there was House of Pain. We had that in the animatic.
In the animatic, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I thought it worked so well. I wish we could have kept it, actually. But
That statue there is a reference back to the pilot, or the first episode,
Oh,
the
yeah.
illustration sequence.
Yeah.
that's right.
I noticed that, but I never noticed that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I picked up on it, but like only subconsciously.
That's
It's like toothpaste.
It's like
I'd love to see a
Oh, yeah.
toothpaste that looked, you know.
Well, it probably will
a
be one
Celestia
now.
toothpaste.
There will
with
be
the
one
toothbrush that you squeeze it and then anyway.
Nothing.
And that's all the audio commentaries for the episodes. Yep, that's it. Which bums me the hell out because I really like listening to these and doing a ton of research on small things that they would say. Again, playlist on my channel if you want to listen to them yourself. They did make commentaries for the 3 Equestria Girls movies, and I was going to include them in this video, but this is already really long, and that's too much for me, so I'm gonna try to make smaller projects for myself and minimize the size of tasks so I can get videos out faster. If you do want to see the Equestria Girls ones though, definitely let me know in the comments. Also, we're coming up on 30K subs as of writing this, so you should help out with that, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!